Hello, Anita. It's been a while.
Hi, Denise. How are you? Yes, it sure has.
Yes, welcome, viewers. It's been a long time, and we're so happy to be back. Welcome to my Duke and I.
It's so nice to be back.
It really is. So, Anita, this is going to be a special recap of the Invictus Games coverage. And as many of the viewers know, the Invictus game officially started last Saturday evening, but we had a little preview of Meghan and Harry last Friday. And it was so wonderful to see this couple back together again.
Absolutely.
So, Anita, would you like to begin with day one of the coverage?
Absolutely. On day one, we saw Meghan and Harry, of course, and Meghan was looking glorious in her beautiful Valentino suit. To me, she looked just like her suit days. Oh, look at that. I'm playing on words here. Suit. Yes. So she looked just like she was when she actually had her TIG account. For matter of fact, Dennis, I would say she looked like a weight had been lifted off her. She looked much younger. She looked beautiful. She just was radiating. She just had that glow. And I personally could not get enough of her. I could not stop looking. I was looking at her jewelry. I was looking at her hair. I was looking at her skin. I was just looking at everything because I was so happy to see her. And given the fact that they hadn't been in that area for a long time, it was just so beautiful to see she and Harry. Of course, Harry was his usual self, cheeky, handsome as ever, but it was just amazing to see them and just to see how they were interacting with the public and how they were moving around. It was just picture perfect, I would say.
Okay. So, Anita, we have Regina on the line with us. Regina, how did you feel?
When I saw Meghan and Harry step out on the first day, I thought it was amazing. I thought that they looked absolutely amazing. I was thrilled to death to see Meghan because we had not seen her in some time, and to be able to lay eyes on her again, and the two of them were back together again, doing what they mainly love is service work and basically helping out with the military. I thought it was truly amazing, and I thought Meghan looked very nice, very stunning. I thought she looked terrific, but more than that, the substance that she had. She was just so involved. She lit up the room. She was so great. The athletes were excited to see her. Not only that, Harry, I'm sure, was just overwhelmed with her company and she being by his side. So I thought that it was all just a positive time with her involved in the process of being with the athletes and also with everything, the way it was orchestrated, how everything came to pass. It's just been amazing. I've been very grateful and very glad to be able to watch it.
Yeah, one of the things that I thought was really impressive too, during the course of the day after they had returned to the Hague, we heard that they'd actually made a quick visit to see the Queen without anyone knowing. Apparently, as they were leaving Windsor Castle, some of the parishioners from the church spotted them and waved. And I think that's how people were alerted that they were even visiting. And I thought that was magnificent that they were able to slip in, have tea with the Queen, then leave without anyone even knowing. So during the visit, I think people asked Prince Harry what his grandmother said, and he said that she had sent messages to the UK team and he had actually delivered the messages, but she also wished she could have been there. And I thought that was really sweet because this weekend she'll turn 96. And to know that even though she wasn't there physically, she was there in spirit. And I thought that was a really nice gesture from a grandmother.
How sweet. And I just love how private it was. Nobody knew that they went over there. So, that shows us that you can really keep things private if you want to. And for them to be able to, both of them go there and nobody knowing, they got on a plane from the US, went all the way across the pond, went to Windsor Castle. Nobody knew. And they had tea with Queenie, and it wasn't sensational. It was just private, and it can be done. And that shows us the type of people that Harry and Meghan has around them. People who have their best interests at heart. The people who are not putting them at risk. And those are definitely the type of people that you want around you. That was just classic to me.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that was really nice that they were able to keep that private. What do you think, Regina?
Yeah,
Yes.
I thought that was great. I know they said that some people had came past and waved to them or saw them, but I thought it was fantastic because this way, we didn't have to get a lot of people involved and didn't have to get the British media involved and those other people over there that always have something negative to say, nothing positive. So yeah, I thought it was great the way they slipped in and slipped out and headed over to the Hague to get underway with the activities with the athletes and get started with the Invictus Game.
So yeah, that was good. Okay,
Mhm.
so that was the first day. That was Friday. So we're going to move on to day one, which was the official beginning of the Invictus Game. That's Saturday, which on that day, not only were they able to do some activities, but they also did the opening ceremony that evening. And were you able to see any of it, Regina or Anita?
Yes, I was able to see the opening, which I thought was fantastic. I loved it. I loved all the different nations. I loved the way that they presented the opening. I thought it was a pretty star-studded event. I truly was amazed with the USA. That was great. The way that they all came in. So since we're from the USA, no, it was great. It was just it was fabulous just to see all the different countries, and I was so happy for Ukraine and for them to be able to attend the event. And I just think everything went very well. It was ordained, it was in place. And I just thought it was all terrific.
I wouldn't miss it for the world. Although there wasn't a live view, but I made sure, because I'm here in the US, but I made sure that I kept glued to the internet and everyone who had a feed that was sending them out there into the universe. I made sure that I got a glimpse of it because I wanted to see just the excitement of the whole thing. We're talking about people who've gone through so much in their life to be at an event to celebrate themselves and for others to celebrate them as well. It's just it's something not to miss. And the whole idea of knowing that Harry and Meghan were going to be speaking, you cannot miss a speech by any of these two because whatever they have to say, it's going to be powerful. So I was just glued to every piece of information, every stream that was coming out from the Netherlands to make sure, I got to hear and see as much as I could. Dennis, you should probably talk about that kiss and that speech.
Oh, that was the kiss and the speech. Meghan's speech when she introduced her husband. It was so warm and so beautiful and so proud. I think I saw someone on Twitter said this is the first time someone have publicly told Harry how proud they were of him. And I have to
Wow.
agree with that person. Somebody close to him, somebody that loves him. This is the first time. And the way she introduced him, she gave him his full title, Prince Harry, Duke of Sussex. And she told the world that he was her husband, the father of her children, and how incredibly proud she was of him, but most of all, how much she loved him. My heart melted. That was worth its weight in gold.
It was beautiful.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I was going to say, and then she reaffirmed how much the veterans loved him and how much
Hmm.
time he had spent putting the program together
Day and night.
day and night. Yes, day and night.
I also wanted to point out too, as well, Denise and Regina, that the Invictus Games is 8 years old, and Duchess Meghan also iterated that that her husband Harry founded the Invictus Games, and that is a tremendous accomplishment to create an event like this at a young age. Meghan also said that Harry served 10 years in the military. So, this is not an easy fit to put something like that together, to come up with an idea like this as the Invictus Game. I was just so happy to hear Duchess Meghan say to the world that Harry put this game together. He created it. She said, and the creator of the Invictus Game. That was music to my ears.
Yes, because Harry, he's a very humble man, and he doesn't get enough credit for the amazing things he has done. And over the years, we've watched him grow. He never got the credit that he deserved for the things that he has accomplished and the wonderful things that he's doing. Yes, the veterans, especially the veterans over there, because they know him, they know that he did it. But to the rest of the world, they see this Invictus Game, and you're right. Many people may not even have known that he's the founder, he's the patron, he's the one, he's the brain behind this amazing event for veterans, not just veterans in this country or in the UK, but veterans all over the world, global veterans. I think it started out, I think initially they were maybe 15 countries when they first started. I'm not sure how many countries, but it weren't that many. Maybe it could have been even 5 countries, and then it went to 15 countries. And then I think by Australia, I think they were up to 17 countries. And this time it was up to 20 countries. And I'm pretty sure that from the little bit that I've seen out there are countries now that's waiting and begging to get in to the next event.
Amazing, amazing, amazing.
Yeah. And so the introduction was good, but when Harry walked up and he and Meghan put their heads on each other, they looked in each other's eyes. The look that we're all,
The look of love.
that look of love that we're all familiar with. Then he kissed each other, and then he went up, and you can see, there's something about Harry when he bites those lips, it's deep. Did you see that?
Oh yeah, that was beautiful.
Bit those lips, and then he said, "Thank you, my love."
Yeah,
Denise,
that was the icebreaker. Thank you,
Denise,
my love.
Yes.
that's
That was
going all the way
beautiful.
back from the wedding
It
day.
was yeah, I thought that was just I
Yeah.
mean, so warm, so caring, so
Yeah.
sweet, so loving.
Yeah.
It was just I mean, what can you say? Those two, they got it.
They were meant to.
And
Regina
yeah, they
just said that took her back to the wedding day
oh wow.
when he saw Meghan and he bit those lips.
Yeah, bit the lips. It was on there.
Yeah.
And they do what they do every day. They kiss each other.
Yes.
Yeah, that wasn't that new. That's how they operate. So, they show affection and love, and I'm sure they're doing the same with the children. So,
Yeah.
they got their family values in order.
Well, for us that are married, that's exactly what married people do. That's the way a marriage is supposed to be. That's what the Bible tells you. That's what the scripture says a marriage should
Exactly.
be. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So the other thing that I wanted to touch bases on, and I'll start with you, Anita. What did you think of all the delegates that showed up?
What a marvelous representation. All the different flags waving. That takes me back to Harry and Meghan's motto of unity and community. and bringing everybody together for the good of mankind. So nowhere else could this be displayed better than at the Invictus game. So it was just beautiful to see.
Yeah. What did you think?
I was just blown away. I mean, I think everything was so orderly. The event could not have worked out and went as well as it did. It was truly just a miracle. It was a divine appointment. And the delegates, I thought they were great from every country. For them to send the different people, and it was just beautiful. And to see the United States come in with Buttigieg and Duckworth and all those guys, I was just really thrilled. And the time they had spent together with Meghan and Harry over at the embassy, and they got pictures of each other. It was just great. The whole thing has been just great.
Yeah. Yeah, it was very impressive.
Hmm.
Um,
I think it was a little bit telling as well as sad that England, which is where the CEO of the Invictus is, it's
Hmm.
the army that the military that Harry served for 10 years, did not send a delegation.
Such a shame. Mm.
But anyway, it was their
Mm.
loss. Is new home America made up for it because our president felt strongly and he sent, I think, a total of 7 people,
Hmm.
American delegation, to this games, and that shows, that says a lot because our
mhm,
Hmm.
military is one of the most respected in the world,
mhm.
and we showed up. We
Yeah.
showed up, and we show the world that we've got Harry's back. And I think
Yes.
for me, that's
Mhm,
worth its weight in gold.
I've enjoyed it. I really have,
mhm,
Yeah.
and
mhm.
it's just been just a beautiful thing to see all the way around.
So, Anita, what were you saying?
Yes, I'm saying that this is not a personal thing. And if at all, the UK had looked at it as a personal thing, I feel like it's sad if they feel like it was a personal thing to just be spiteful towards Harry and Meghan, and particularly because Harry is the founder of the Invictus Game, because this is about people who have suffered and lost so much, and for you to make it about yourself and to be vindictive and not sending somebody to represent your country where there's so many people who have suffered so much from injuries in the military and trying to regain themselves, trying to find a purpose in life, trying to find that light so that they can come through on the other side, whether it's, something like a sport. It's terrible. And I hope this doesn't happen again. I hope they can get over themselves and represent their country. And Harry is their child. Harry was born in England, and it's terrible. And I hope it doesn't happen again. I hope they can get over themselves. It's not about them. It's
Yeah.
not about them.
Hmm.
The way I look at it, I believe Harry and Meghan, they've moved on. I believe the military over there, they love Harry and they've shown him
Mm-hmm.
so much love. And I
Mm-hmm.
believe they appreciate everything that he has done. And
Mm-hmm.
for me, that's enough. If the
Yeah.
rest of them, between the BRF and the government, if they want to be petty about it, shame on them. It's a
Mm-hmm.
reflection on them, not on Harry, because
Absolutely.
the world showed up for Harry.
Mm-hmm.
Kings, other royalties were there. NATO showed up. The EU showed up.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone who was anyone
Mm-hmm.
that valued their country. Even the Ukraine is in a war,
Mm-hmm.
and they took time to send
Mm-hmm.
representative, and their president spoke up and thanked them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
for me, that says it
Mm-hmm.
all.
Oh, one more thing to this, and Regina, I love that both Harry and Meghan acknowledged Ukraine and they said that they're with them. That was beautiful. And that's Harry and Meghan. That was nice.
Yes, absolutely. Regina, had you heard
Hmm.
that when the war started, that I think Archwell, correct me if I'm wrong, Archwell is actually sending, well, actually they're sending, not only are they sending support, or they've asked people to support Ukraine, but World Central Kitchen
Mm-hmm.
Is
Yeah,
open.
they're in Ukraine.
Yeah, and they're partners of Harry and Meghan.
Right. World Central Kitchen. Yep. That's where the money was going to. Well, if you donate it, you can donate to World Central Kitchen because they're over in Ukraine and feeding the people. So
Yeah, yeah.
Archwell is doing that.
The delegation from all the countries were really impressive, and I believe the Queen of Amsterdam, Queen of the Netherlands, she was there for the opening ceremony. The King will be there for the closing ceremony, and I think it's really nice that the government of the Netherlands took such great pains to make sure that everything was to perfection. Everything was to perfection from start to finish. You can tell that a lot of work, a lot of care, and a lot of love went into preparing the grounds for these Invictus Games. And if there's anyone from the Netherlands listening to us, I would
Mm-hmm.
like to say a heartfelt thank you on behalf of my colleagues here, Anita and Regina, and on behalf of America. Thank
Yes.
you for showing all the love that you did to our son and our daughter.
Class
Because,
A.
yes,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Harry's now America's son. We've claimed him.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of us. And make sure we take good care of him,
Oh,
as well as
yes.
our daughter,
Yes.
Meghan.
I'm so happy with all the preparation because that sort of nips everything in the bud with what the press was trying to stir up. At some point, they were saying how Meghan and Harry weren't extended a welcome invitation to stay at the palace. Maybe they don't want to stay at the palace. Maybe they want to be somewhere else. Maybe somebody else have invited them elsewhere. But anyways, action speaks louder than words, as you said, Denise, that the preparation was impressive. All the nitty-gritty details were addressed, and it just shows that these people cared about the Invictus game and certainly represented their country. So that is like kudos to them. That was beautiful.
Yeah, and also what people, whoever it was that was putting out those stupid critique, this was not a visit to the royal family. This was a visit on behalf of all veterans. It wasn't supposed to be a state visit, as if they were there to represent the British royal family, because for most of us, America, we don't have a royal family, right? We
Right.
don't have a royal family. Harry and Meghan were going there to represent veterans, global veterans, right? And for veterans, they're usually very humble, even in their dwellings. So they were not there to, you know, to stay in anything luxurious or anything like that. And, for those of us that know Harry, he's a very humble man.
Mm-hmm.
Meghan is a very humble woman, and together they're a humble couple.
Mm-hmm.
And so they did not need to have red carpet laid out, and they didn't need tiaras and titles and all of that. Harry went as a veteran who served two tours of duties. Meghan went as a veteran's wife, and Meghan, to her credit, before she was married to Harry, she also visited the US troops when they were on tour,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm very sure the person that introduced Meghan mentioned that.
Mm-hmm.
So Meghan just didn't start caring about veterans when she married Prince Harry. She cared
Mm-hmm.
about veterans even before she knew him.
Absolutely. The proof is there.
Yeah,
We have the photos. Mm-hmm.
yeah, yes. And she went to Afghanistan. And the thing with Meghan, those of us that know her, she is not a show person.
Mm-hmm.
She does her thing quietly, humble. And it's only
Mm-hmm.
after the fact you find out.
Mm-hmm. Just like how she went to the palace and
Yeah,
nobody knew.
yeah, you found out. Yeah. She's not
Mm-hmm.
one to brag about what she's
Mm-hmm.
doing or what she's going to do. You find
Mm-hmm.
out after it's done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because they're professionals. No leaks and no one's telling what's
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
happening.
Exactly.
And they
And
want to be around the people. They want
yeah,
Right.
to be around them. It would look terrible that you're in a palace somewhere and these are struggling people. That's not what Harry and Meghan wants. They want to remember their motto is community.
Community,
And what
compassion.
better way to show community than to be around the people that
Yeah,
you're uplifting and the people that you're there for? You understand?
yeah. They show compassion in action.
Exactly. Action speaks louder than words. What do you do?
Absolutely, absolutely. And so that's what they did. So yes, I think it was, I mean, I can't give the Dutch government enough credit and all the volunteers behind the scene that we don't even know about, but we know that there was a lot of labor of love that
Oh yeah.
went into planning these Invictus Games, and it made me so proud to see every country was recognized. South Korea, who I'd never even seen at one of the games before.
Yeah, they were there.
They
Oh
were
my
there.
God. That was great.
Mhm,
Yeah,
mhm,
Ukraine, who's in the midst of a war.
They
mhm.
were there.
They traveled by bus for 2 days to get
Yeah,
there.
that's what he said. They came by
Oh,
bus.
Yeah,
yeah.
to be there. They
Mm,
slept
Mm,
for a couple of days.
mm.
mhm,
And imagine being you're in the front line in a war zone.
mhm,
You're leaving to go represent your country
Mm.
in another area. And so, I'm sure mentally
mm.
that took something for you to
Yeah.
take your mind out of a war zone and then
Mm.
get into a
Frame of mind of being
state of
competitor.
mind. Yeah,
Yeah.
That tells us how much those games mean to these
yeah,
people, how they feel about it, how it makes them feel,
yeah,
and the whole idea of the camaraderie
yeah,
amongst their friends and people that have walked the same walk like them, or same experiences
yeah,
like them. So, as I said, there is power in community. The whole idea of uplifting each other, I think they're going to go back with a lot of strength to be able to carry on after being around that type of brotherhood, you
yeah.
know?
The other thing I thought was really beautiful that the mental health program
Mm-hmm,
with Better Up that Harry's a part of,
mm-hmm.
they extended that to all of the military families and the veterans that were there. That
Nice.
they could give them the support,
Mm-hmm,
whatever they needed, both them and their families, because they in order to get them in the right frame of mind,
mm-hmm,
they need that coaching, they need that mental health counseling,
mm-hmm.
and it was offered to all the veterans and their families. And then I found out later that this same counseling program
Mm-hmm.
will be offered, extended to the veterans and their families after they leave.
Oh, marvelous.
Yes, psychological counseling and all of that
Mm-hmm,
will be offered after they leave, because when they leave the games,
mm-hmm,
and I mean, for all of us that have ever been on a vacation or whatever,
mm-hmm,
when you leave and when you go home, you feel like, wow, I had all
mm-hmm,
that fun, and now
mm-hmm,
it's like
mm-hmm,
blah.
mm-hmm.
And
Yes.
so just goes to show how thoughtful Prince Harry
Mm-hmm.
is.
It makes a lot of sense too, because here you are very excited, have a lot of support, but then when you leave, you're going back to the same life, right?
Yeah,
You're going to be reminded of your situation. So it definitely is helpful when you're able to take something from that event and bring it to your daily life or the life that you know, and have some support there, because all the adrenaline that you may have had at the game
yeah,
is no longer there when you go home back to the daily life, the routines, going to work, family, children, paying bills. So it's nice to have that support, not only at the game, but beyond that.
yeah,
That's very thoughtful in and of
yeah.
itself.
Yeah, I was blown away when I found it out, and I thought, wow, this is really
Hmm.
awesome. This is
Great.
really, really awesome. Yeah.
Hmm.
So that's it. And now getting back to day 3 with Mr. and Mrs. Invictus having the little people. They were brave enough to have the little people chauffeur them around in the mini Land Rovers. I thought that was pretty cool. And we
Oh
know that,
yeah.
they're in their element when they're with children.
I know.
Yeah.
That was cute.
Yeah.
They seem to enjoy that. That was good, doing stuff, interacting with the children,
Yeah.
participating, how much love they poured on all the veterans. It was just miraculous. It really was.
Yeah.
Well, I know Harry and them, they went to different events and looked at what was happening and supported the veterans at the various events. But talk about that Land Rover obstacle course. You remember the vehicle that came in and it was climbing over that
Yeah. Yeah.
like a hill, and Harry is on it participating, not just an onlooker. It just speaks volume as to who he is as a person. He is there, he's in the middle of it, he's participating.
He's definitely hands on.
Oh yeah.
Definitely hands on.
Oh yeah.
Yep. And so moving along, on that Sunday morning, I think Meghan paid a visit. Well, they both paid a visit to the British Embassy, and Meghan stayed back to read stories to the babies over there, to the little children. And I heard that someone said that they asked Meghan, they were admiring her with the children and she was reading, and she said she needed to come over there and be with the kids because she was missing her babies. And I
Mm.
thought, oh,
Yeah.
that's being that's a mom,
Yes.
that's a
Mhm.
mom. She said she was missing her babies, and so she, whenever went over there to be with babies, to
Mhm.
help.
Mhm.
But then, as soon as she could, she was back home to be with her babies. And her
Mhm.
husband said, Harry said, he's feeling a little bit more at ease now, knowing that she's with the babies. So he was
Mm.
worried about the babies too.
I
Yeah.
know.
They're young children.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm sure they're in good hands, but ain't nothing like
yeah,
mama and daddy.
but they, yeah,
I
there's
know.
exactly,
Especially mama.
yeah,
I
Mhm.
know they was wondering where their mother is.
yeah.
you know.
Well, I'm sure Archie knew because Archie sounds like he's on the ball. He's on top of everything.
Oh yeah.
Because Harry said he's in the why stage now.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Everything, well, but why, Dad? Why, Pop? Why? And he said that sometimes he says he's tried to explain to him exactly, why it is as much as he can. And he said, but sometimes you just have to say the earth is round.
Yeah.
I know.
And Lily's trying to keep up with Archie.
Yeah,
So she moving around fast. so and so I know it's exciting in their household. I'm really happy for both of
Definitely.
them. Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
yes, I
So
know.
thrilled. Yeah.
And
yeah,
and Harry said he always wanted kids,
Oh yeah.
and now he has them, and he always wanted somebody to be by his side at those events. And
And he
here
got a
he has
partner.
that person.
Yeah.
yeah.
Dennis,
hmm
we didn't talk about Megan's fashion.
She was stunning in
Oh
everything.
yeah. Yeah.
Oh
Mm.
my
And
goodness, the
I
jeans,
love the white suit and the jeans, and
yeah, the
I love
Valentino,
that black jacket. That was
yeah.
cute.
Oh,
Oh, that was
pretty.
so cute.
I need me one of
Me
those.
too. I
Me
thought that was,
too. That's
and the
why I
white
agreed.
suit, they said it's sold out.
Yeah, it's sold out. Yeah,
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
everything she touches is gold. I read an article on that. She had really single-handedly, with her style and everything that she was involved with, raised, I think it was about $4 to $5 billion for the UK. Everything she touches is
yeah.
gold.
I
Mm,
recall that too.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
Yeah.
telling
But
you.
I mean, but she did Reedman's, didn't she?
yeah. Redmond, yes, she
Oh,
did.
Redmond. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. She
Yeah.
had the capsule collection that she
Mm-hmm.
did for them.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Man,
yeah, her outfits were just like wow. Even
on
the outfit
point.
she had on, in that outfit she had on, the it was navy blue with the it looks like a navy blue Oxford shirt that she had on underneath when she
Yes.
read to the children,
Mm-hmm.
that. And then later on, that beautiful white pants, coat, jacket when
Mm.
her and Harry was strolling around, all
Hands down,
loved
my
up.
favorite.
Yeah, oh my goodness. Oh, they're just so romantic. They're like little kids. They have been together for a while, but they're still like they just met. It's just like new love.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so romantic. Yeah, so Oliver, and you know what was really nice to see
Mm-hmm.
Harry's clothing also complemented
Oh,
her.
yes. You know, Harry and his blue suit. Harry has taken it up a notch and
Oh,
it's
big time.
pleasing to the eyes.
Yeah, he's Mr. GQ now.
I know. Mhm.
Yeah, he's definitely a trendsetter now. So yeah, I don't think we're giving Harry enough credit for his dressing, but he's definitely setting a trend for young men and especially married men.
Mhm.
And I think what was funny, I think it's the Australian team that gave him those little shorts last time they had the Invictus game in Australia.
Mhm.
They gave him another pair this time, and it was bigger. And they said, "Oh, we thought you'd develop a dad's bod."
Oh, Dennis, is it that shorts that he had actually tried on?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They brought another pair bigger, but I think fit into this pair, and they said they thought he had developed. I thought that was funny. They thought, I don't know what they were expecting, but they thought he had a dad's body.
So they brought him a larger size.
I thought that was quite cute, but nope, he's been working out. They've both been working out. You can tell they're fit.
Yes, I know. Megan is always that type of person, you know, she takes care. Look at how as soon as she makes those babies, she comes right back. I don't
Yeah,
know how she does it, but she does take good care of
healthy
herself.
and
Mm-hmm.
exercise.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She's a yoga fan. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
she did that. So yeah. So overall, I think it's been just a great time, and with everything they've done up till now, and
Mm-hmm.
Megan went back home to be with the kids,
Mm-hmm.
and Harry stayed back. And what I think is interesting, he decided to give interviews to three major networks.
Mm-hmm.
One was the BBC, the Netherlands network, and NOL, and our own NBC.
Mm-hmm.
And in some ways, I think that it's good that he did it on his own, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
people are hearing from him,
Mm-hmm.
so there was nothing for them to blame and say, well, Megan said this or Megan said that.
Mm-hmm.
And even though the British are being quite nasty right now,
Mm-hmm.
Harry was there speaking truth and
Mm-hmm.
speaking from the heart.
But
Mm-hmm.
he enough the stuff he's saying is nothing. I mean, it's just he's not putting the people down or anything.
No,
They're
no.
just they're
Yeah,
just
that's what
I
I'm
mean,
saying.
they're
He's speaking,
delusional.
he's
It's
speaking truth and speaking from the heart. You
Mm-hmm.
I
know,
mean, it's just nothing. I mean, nothing to be getting mad about. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
I mean,
imagine being mad at somebody for saying that they
want
make
to
sure their grandmother is
is
protected.
protected and looked after. I mean,
Yeah,
anybody in their right mind would say, "Oh man, I
That's
mean, good." Even though you're not
mm-hmm.
there to do it yourself physically,
Mm-hmm.
you just want the best people around her to look after her because she's an elderly woman.
yeah,
Oh, she's
What is wrong with
96.
that? These
Mm-hmm.
people are lunatics over there.
they are
Anyways, that's a
just.
different story. I mean,
Yeah,
that's a
yeah.
different
We
time.
won't even waste our precious
Yeah,
on that.
that's a
We'll
different
just
time.
continue. But
Jeez, give it a
I was,
rest.
yeah, I was very happy to see our network.
Me too.
They come to the realization of how important the Invictus Games.
Well, not only them, Hoda and NBC coming over there. I mean, all the networks was kicking in.
Yeah,
CNN, Good Morning America,
even Fox News I heard picked up on it.
Fox News. Oh my God, it's a
Yeah,
miracle. Did they?
yeah.
Oh,
Somebody sent me something that Fox News had picked
oh
up
wow.
too. And
Well,
so I think it's just incredible.
yeah, it is.
It's incredible that, everyone is now acknowledging, and I'm hoping, I think next year it's going to be in Germany. I hope a major network will actually go over and show it live like they do the Olympics,
Mm-hmm.
because I think it's worthy. I think our veterans, they go, they fight, they keep our country safe. And I
Mm-hmm.
think the least that our country can do
Mm-hmm.
is cover this event for them and let
I'm
them feel special and
I'm
thank
looking
them
forward.
for the
Mm-hmm.
services right?
Yeah.
Because they've put their lives on the line
Mm-hmm.
for our country.
Mm-hmm.
They've sacrificed themselves and their family so that we can be safe. And that, so I really think we owe it to them to give them coverage when they do the Invictus Games. So I'm hoping that there's some people that will sponsor and
Mm-hmm.
will, you know,
Yeah.
take this to the next level.
And not only that, it's an inspiration for people all around the world. You know, there's so many people that are shut in and have some type of disability where they're at home ready to give up on everything, feeling sad about their situation. It's nice for the world to see that these people who have gone through so much have so much will. And I think in and of itself, it's an inspiration. Definitely would like to see, you know, the game's live stream so that I don't have to, as I said, have to wait on the internet and look through here and look through there, trying
Yeah.
to search for clips and stuff like that. I just want to see it live. I think it would be very good for ratings and to
Yeah.
inspire other people out there.
But
Definitely.
But you
Did,
know, the other thing, what I was really
mhm,
impressed with the Netherlands for
mhm,
doing, they actually took school children there. They bus kids
mhm,
in to be a
mhm,
part of it, and the kids
mhm,
were in awe. The
mhm.
kids thought the athletes were superheroes.
Nice.
And I
Mhm,
think that's really nice because I was sharing with someone that when I was growing up as a little
mhm,
girl over there in the UK, I was
mhm,
afraid of people that were in wheelchairs.
mhm.
I was afraid of people that if I saw someone that was, an amputee, I was afraid of them.
I
And I
know.
think that's because of the stigma in society,
Mhm,
that if you saw somebody with, missing a limb,
mhm.
you just didn't know how to react.
Exactly.
But what Prince Harry's doing and what he
Mhm,
has done, he's
mhm,
making society
mhm,
accept,
mhm.
people for who they are
Yes.
without stigma, without,
Mhm,
little kids being afraid. And like he said, he's been explaining to his son.
mhm.
And hopefully in the next Invictus Games, he will be able to, take his children
Absolutely.
too. So I think that's awesome.
Nice. And so the game is still going on as we're recording this. Hopefully, we'll have some more information. We could probably do a second podcast on this by the time Friday comes. And so I'm smiling from ear to ear.
Yeah, me
And
too.
it's a lot of fun. It was just beautiful. Meghan radiating her attire, just gorgeous all throughout to see Harry so cheeky
Beautiful.
playing around, interacting, with the veterans and just making them laugh. And as somebody said, Harry and Meghan just lights up the room. They
Yeah.
make
Yeah.
everybody feel welcome, feel happy. They look
Hmm.
forward to seeing them, particularly Meghan. Well, who wouldn't want to be seeing her? That
Hmm.
beauty, But it's just a token, to all of these people out there and those who are participating and who are not participating as us, just looking in. It's
Mm.
just really nice to have something like this happening to celebrate people who are not really recognized on a daily basis. And that's just genius of Harry to have come up with this international extravagance. It's just I can't say enough. I do not have the words to say how grateful I am that something like this could happen for people who have gone through so much, who have sacrificed so much, who have given so much, and to have a platform like this for them to be able to amplify what they're doing. Kudos to this guy for starting something like that and recognizing there's a need out there for an event like that to celebrate our veterans.
Prince Harry, Duke of Sussex. Regina, would you like to say a final word to our listeners?
Yeah, it was just there again. It's the same thing. I think I'm repeating myself that I was just overwhelmed, and I just thought the event was it was just beautiful. I mean, I just don't know. God just ordained it. He really did. You could see his
Absolutely.
hands. It was all his work. It was nothing in the flesh. All he did was use the different people as vessels, and they got the job done. And I was totally impressed impressed with the Hague, the Netherlands.
Yeah.
The professionalism, the love, the compassion, the care, everything that they put into it. You can feel their spirit was coming through the whole, the events, the staging, decorations,
Everything.
just the whole formality. It was just amazing. It was just wonderful to see, and I'm just glad everything turned out so well.
Yeah. And what was nice was everything was so inclusive.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody looked, inclusive. You saw all races, all nationalities. I
Mm-hmm.
love that the Sussex squad showed up and even got hugs from Harry. That was that's worth the wait. We had our own representatives there, and that was
Absolutely.
amazing. And
Yeah.
so yes, I thank God for that, and I will publicly thank all the prayer warriors out there because I know a lot of prayers have been going up for this couple, and I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'm glad that we're able to do this podcast. It's been a long time, and I know our listeners have missed us, and they'll be really thrilled to have us back. And so, on that note, I will say thank you to all the listeners out there. Thank you for listening. Thank you for welcoming us back after the 2-year sabbatical that we've been on too. And we're looking forward to doing more of these podcasts and to be with you again. So on behalf of Anita and Regina, I would like to say adieu. Thank you for listening to My Duke and I.